what does it cost to live comfortably in the Philippines? So asking that question is kind of like asking, what does it cost to live comfortably in the United States? There's not a direct answer, and the answer is it depends. Cost of living is different if you're in Hollywood or New York City or Idaho or Alabama, so also the question is, what are your tastes? What do you need to be comfortable? So the answers are as varied in the Philippines as they would be probably anywhere. But I'm going to try and answer some of those questions for you. So firstly, I live in Puerto Princesa, Palawan. And that's important for you to know, because if you're ever planning on retiring to the Philippines, or you're looking at it as an option, or you're looking at living there while working in order to save money like me, it's a good idea to get some various ideas about the Philippines, and it's also a good idea to travel to the Philippines and get an idea for your tastes and what you're interested in. So generally, the populated cities are going to be more expensive than rural locations. Tourist locations are going to be more expensive than non-tourist locations. Puerto the island of Palawan is quite a bit less populated than some of the other parts of the Philippines. And I like it because of that. But that being said, my wife, my 2 kids, and I chose to live in Puerto Princesa, which is the biggest city on Palawan. Now, Puerto Princesa doesn't have like high-rises or anything like that. I think the tallest building I saw there was maybe like a hotel that's like 4 or 5 stories, maybe. It's got a couple malls, some decent hospitals, plenty of hotels, pools, a few colleges and universities, things like that. So there's enough. Oh, it's got nice restaurants too. So there's enough going on. There's enough variety, enough schools for the kids, things like that. There's opportunities. It feels like it has all the amenities we need. High-speed internet, things like that. So, but it doesn't have the traffic that a place like Manila might have, for example. So now our cost of living, all totaled. So I've done several videos sort of segmenting it out, what our various costs are. But our cost of living is about $1,700 a month. And the reason I know that is because my wife keeps a nice detailed spreadsheet for me that details out what she spends money on, which is not to say that there's a limit or an allowance for her, but she's a frugal gal, and we both like to keep track of how we're spending. So on average, our general cost of living expenses in Puerto Princesa are $1,700 a month. So that includes about $360 to $380 for rent, about $190 to $250 for utilities, and then maybe $40 a month maximum on gas, and then the rest is general food and living expenses, which we don't really try and be too frugal when it comes to that. Going out and having fun, because we're not, although the goal is to save money by living in the Philippines, the goal is also to enjoy life. So we do go out to eat, and we get imported products from the US as far as food products go, things like that. We don't spend a lot of money on material things, but we do have our gadgets, and we do pay for Netflix and Amazon Prime, things like that, streaming services for entertainment. And we like to go out and have little adventures and do things. So those costs add up, but in general, $1,700 a month is what we spend. Now, I've seen other vloggers talk about spending as little as $500 a month, and I think that's very doable. I think I could, if I was, for example, a single guy or didn't have kids, I think I could easily do that and be happy, because I can live a very simple life. I've got inexpensive hobbies, so it's easy for me to, be comfortable in a tiny place. But because we have kids and happy wife, happy life, we have a nice apartment, 3-bedroom, that's safe for my wife and kids, especially when I'm not there all the time. We've got a dog, we've got a nice vehicle, not a very, extraordinarily nice vehicle. We've got a 2016 Suzuki minivan, but anyways, it's nice for the family. It's a good get around vehicle and road trip vehicle. So yeah, so certainly I think, for example, in Nara, where my wife's from, we had a friend who was renting a house for like $100 a month. So you could certainly do it cheaper than we're doing, and you could also do it a lot more expensive than we're doing if you're in a touristy area or you're in a big city closer to Manila or something like that. So the question is really what do you need to be comfortable? And if you take a look through my videos and my lifestyle looks like a comfortable lifestyle to you, then the answer is $1,700. But don't just look at my videos. Go ahead and check out other vloggers. There's a lot of guys out there that do have some great, cost of living videos. So definitely check them out. Pay attention to where they are. So when they're talking about how much they spend, take a look at what they're talking about. Location matters. So yeah, hope that's helpful. I'll see you on the next one.